I started my first business when I had no money, I had no experience, and I had no degree. I dropped out of school when I was 15. I managed to scale that business to a 6-figure business. I've opened a second and a third business since then. Therefore, in this video, I'm going to show you how it is possible to start a business with no money. And at the end, I'm going to share with you my top 3 tips for growing your business fast. So the first thing you need to do is find a good idea. Now, not all ideas are good ideas, and if you're anything like me, then you probably have a million ideas that go through your head on a daily basis, and it's sometimes quite hard to filter down what a good idea is. So to find a good idea, what you need to find is skills that you already have, as well as a passion, a purpose, a meaning, or a desire to be able to go forward with starting that business. So when I started my first business, it was actually a hair and beauty salon. Although that itself didn't mean a huge amount to me, I still had a passion for making others feel good. What I seen was a lot of women and a lot of young females who just didn't have that confidence in who they were, and they didn't feel confident when they went out, they didn't feel confident in themselves, and they didn't have that belief in themselves. And what I noticed was that when people, and including me, when I was dressed up or when I'd have makeup on or I'd have my hair done, I'd have a lot more confidence and I'd feel a lot better. I'd feel like a new person. Now, the business that you start is not always going to be your forever business, and I've started a new business since and kind of lost a bit of passion for my first business, which is okay, and it's quite a normal part of the process. But in order to get started, you need to have that motivation to get up every day and build your business and learn about your business. And then you also have to have some skills in that area. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard for people to trust you. And trust is obviously a really important part in building a business. So I would say, if you can figure out something that you have a little bit of skills in and something that you are passionate about, put those together, that will be a good enough idea just to get you started. So the second thing is, I want you to work out if the business is profitable. Although a lot of people don't really think too much about the numbers when they're starting a business, it is one of the most vital things that you can do prior to starting your business. And a lot of the time people miss out a lot of factors like the stock that they have to buy, the equipment that they have to buy. If it's an in-person business, you'll have to think about the outgoings and costs of running that business. If it's not an in-person business, then you're going to have other costs and fees that occur as a business owner, such as insurance or any training that you may have to do. There's always things that you as a business owner have to pay for, and you have to incorporate that in your costs and when you are looking at the profit margins of your business. So the third thing is around your skills. You're going to need some sort of skill in order to build a business, and if you don't already have that skill, that's okay. Like, you can acquire skills, you can learn skills. Skills are something that can be learned over time, and luckily we have so many free resources where we can learn these. If you live in the UK, there's a place called Business Gateway that helps people start up businesses, and that's a place that really helped me when I was starting out, how to create spreadsheets and cash flow forecasts and business plans. But I think it's really important to start building up your skill set in all different areas of business, such as branding and marketing, and looking into your numbers and looking at KPIs and understanding how business works as a whole. Now, I'm going to be doing lots of bite-sized chunk videos in these playlists, so if it is something that you're interested in, make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that you do get all of these little videos, because I want to make it really simple and easy for you to digest. So number 4 is really quite basic. Ask yourself, why do you want to start this business in the first place? Why does it mean so much to you? Is it something that is missing in the market that you really wish was there? Or is it something you've been thinking about your whole life and it's just a passion of yours? Does it have any specific meaning behind it? Really journal this out. Like, maybe create a document online or write it out in a book, and just start to unravel the reasons why you think this business would be good, who this business is for, and really get a deeper understanding of the meaning behind the business. The more of an understanding you have around your own specific business, the more self-awareness you have, the easier it becomes when you go to do marketing, or if you're going to pitch to get funding, or you're going to networking events or speaking to people or just trying to build up your client base. That is why it is so important to have a clear understanding of your why you're doing this business and the meaning behind it. And number 5 is to create a basic business plan. Now, business plans can be really scary and really overwhelming, and a lot of people put them off. I have actually got a completely free and fun business plan template that you can download. I'll leave it below for you, but I just want to talk a lot about business plans because it doesn't have to be something that you dread. It can be something really fun. Like, again, we'll probably go over a few of these things that we talked about, but in your business plan, what you really want to know is your mission behind the business, your values of the business, like what does your business and brand stand for, who your target audience is, like who is it that you're trying to attract, who is that customer base, who is that client base, what do they need, what's their desires, what are they struggling with, how can your business fill in that gap. That is what you want to create in a business plan, and then you're going to need to know obviously your figures, your profit margins, how much things cost. You can maybe just write a list of what you think or what you've researched on how much it would cost to get you set up, and then how much you would sell your products or services for, looking at how much things cost and how much profit you will need to make in order to sustain your life, or how much you want to make in your business over a certain period of time. So once you've started your business idea, what you want to do is do vigorous research on your business and your industry. You want to know what other businesses are out there, what they're charging. And this isn't to mimic or copy what they're doing. It's just to have an understanding of your market. So you really just want to understand your customers and your audience, what they're looking for, figure out what questions they're asking. And then you can do some planning and take what you've learned from the research, add it into your business plan, and then you will have that clarity that you need to take the next steps. By doing these basic, simple steps, it really just gives you that vision and clarity of how your business is going to come to life. And a lot of the times people get that fear or paralysis and they end up doing nothing and just thinking about their businesses and not actually starting because it feels really overwhelming. And that's why I really just wanted to make this basic so that you can just get those ideas flowing, start to vision things, start to make it feel a bit more real, maybe start to get a little bit excited about it, and then you can take the next step. It doesn't have to all be everything at once and feel really overwhelming, like how am I going to get to 6 figures in the first year? Just think like, how can I get my business plan done today? How can I start to have an understanding of where this business is going? And that's the step that we want to take when we're first starting our business. So I promised you at the start my top 3 tips for growing your business fast. And obviously this will maybe come a little bit further down the line because you don't want to rush your business when you're starting it. But once you've done all of this, you have an idea, maybe you've got your business started, maybe you're already off the ground. I'm just going to tell you what worked for me and what I think really matters in order to grow your business fast. The first thing is to build a brand. It means a meaning behind the business. Like the things we've talked about before, it's not just the visuals. Yes, the visuals is part of it. So what does it look like? What does it feel like being part of your business? Like your brand colors, all of that is a brand. But really, ultimately, you need to understand the deeper meaning of what your brand is. What is it that your brand values are? Like, do you really want people to come together and build that community? Or do you want to be a sustainable business, and is sustainability really important for you as a brand? There's so many different types of values that you can have in your business, and picking 3 or 4 different values that you go back to over and over again when you come up with difficult questions is really important. And it also makes you stand out because everyone else around you is going to know you for that, and they're going to feel that from your brand. Understanding your brand, taking the time to really dive deeper into your brand and understanding who you are and what you stand for is really important. The second thing for growing your business fast is to get on some sort of content platform, whether that's YouTube, Instagram, podcast, TikTok, blogs. There's so many content platforms out there, and it is such a good tool to grow your business. Now, it's going to completely depend on what business that you have and what platform your customers are on. But the first business that I had was hair and beauty salon, which is really catered to Instagram because it's all visuals, it's before and afters. People want to see the makeup looks, that people want to see what the hair looks like, and having the pictures or videos on Instagram really brought in new customers and it really showcased what we do. We also utilize TikTok for the matcha bar because it's really good for people that come into this country and are maybe searching for best places to eat in Edinburgh, or maybe they're searching matcha, and TikTok is a search engine which is really good for that type of business. So having an understanding of your business, where your people are, and how to best utilize it in your content platforms is really going to propel you forward and make your business stand out and get that visibility that you're looking for. So the third thing I'd say is to get on some sort of email marketing platform. So with social media platforms, you don't own those platforms. So it's always good to have a secondary place to grow your business. This is really good because this is where you nurture your audience. This is where you nurture your customers and build that trust within them. You can send them out your own personal marketing materials, and if you have any promotions or offers, or maybe you're launching a new service, you can then invite them first within your email marketing platform. And the best way to do this is to just offer something for free. Again, depending on your business, it could be 10% off your services, it could be a free guide, it could be a free toolkit, or it could be a template like the ones that I have below. I have my free business plan template and a strategy template, and offering these free resources can then get people into your email marketing list. Then they become part of your community, they become part of your business and brand, and they get to hear about everything before everyone else. Then you can just directly sell your services or sell your products from those platforms that you have and you already have that audience from. So in next week's video, I'm going to talk about how to price correctly for service-based businesses. So if you're ever wondering how to do your pricing and how to come up with your pricing, I'm going to be taking you through my exact formula on how I do this in the most simplest way. But for now, you can watch this video over here and I'll see you again in next week's video.